But yeah, without further ado, Josh Aikens.
So if we're talking about safe spaces, I was hoping that we were going to get one for left-handers because I was bullied pretty much throughout my whole life being left-handed. So if we're going to do that, I forgot to mention that. Thank you for being here tonight. I know this means a lot to Jason. It means a lot to me for having you all here. When Jason and I first started having discussions, it was when there was only one seat, and there was about 19,000 people running for that one seat. And he called me up and said, "Hey Josh, I'm trying to put a parental rights bill together in Warren County." I'm like, "Well, we're running against each other, right?" He's like, "Yeah, but I know what's right. We need to do this. And what you've done across the state and your efforts can't be matched right now, and I need your perspective on this." So Jason invited us down there. We had a wonderful conversation. He really let me take over the room. I apologize for taking over the room. I did though. So, and it just goes to show you that Jason's not really here for just the politics, just the title. He actually wants to do something good. And hearing all the stories from Lori and James, Jason has poured his heart and soul into Warren County. And I know that he's poured his heart and soul into his family. And what he's going to do, he's going to pour his heart and soul into Trenton, in the state of New Jersey, in this district. You're not going to find someone else that's going to get outworked in this race. No one's going to outwork him. The man is constantly calling me, constantly texting me, constantly emailing me. This isn't a roast, I promise. But it's only because it's always on his mind. Even if he has just the quickest thought, he's like, "I got to bounce this off of you. Give me a call right now." I'm like, "Well, it's 9 o'clock at night. I'm usually getting ready to go to bed. But I'll call you at 3:30 when I wake up." So when we decided to run together, it was a natural fit, right? Sussex County and Warren County, we're very similar mentalities. We are a working class area. We don't like to raise taxes. We cut taxes. We learn how to budget. We know the ins and outs of budgets, some of us. And we don't like any of this new social reprogramming of our children. This ESG stuff that you're seeing in terms of corporations, that's going to find its way in schools. And it already started. It already has started. So you don't want that. So you don't want to have someone that's supporting this, that's pushing this, that's profiting off of it, running your district where we don't believe in that stuff. So if you're going to vote for anyone in this district, Jason is the one person you must absolutely vote for. Above everybody else, Jason. All right?
And Josh.
Thank you.
You can vote for me too. I would love for you to vote for me. But Jason is a hard-working, caring individual, and I know he will not let you down. So everyone, Jason.
I think Josh is a little uncomfortable with that height. I'm not afraid of it. All right? Thank you all for being here tonight. I have to start by first thanking my wonderful family and my very supportive wife, Tammy, and my fantastic kids, Jason and Skylar. If you see them in the room, if you see them in the room tonight, please do me a favor. Point them out to me. I forgot what they look like. I don't see them anymore. But they have been a rock for me. This is not an easy thing. I want to thank my running mate, Josh Aikens. Josh has such energy, such a desire to do good, and such faith in people. It kind of reminds me of why I got started in this. And he's renewed my faith and energy in politics because there's people like Josh out there who want to run and do a good job. I almost forgot what that's like, dealing with politics for 12 years. But there are people out there that just care about people they represent and want to do a good job. And Josh is that person, and I couldn't be more honored to be on the ticket with him. So Josh, thank you so much, and thank you for that speech. We got to vote for him first, because his name's above mine. So you have to vote for me. I want to thank the Matar family and the people in Panther Valley for hosting tonight. They've done such a good job for me. Thank you so much. This is a wonderful setup and a beautiful place, and we really filled it for them, so thank you. I want to thank all my sponsors who have been so supportive, not only today, but throughout my career. I like to think they donate to me because they believe in me. And I promise, I'm not going to let you down. It means a lot to me that you give your hard-earned money to me, and every dollar is very well spent. I promise you that. I want to thank the speakers and my hardworking staff as well, who's working on behalf of Josh and I. Kelly and Kenny are up here. They don't get enough attention that they deserve for all the work they do. They've worked hard. And then the speakers tonight. You can hear the passion in their voice. These are not politicians up here giving you a political speech. These are people who care about what they do. They care about people. They care about these issues. And that's what we're trying to represent. Because people who are elected by politicians and by the party, that's who they represent, the politicians and the party. But the people who are elected by the people represent the people. And that's who we are. So thank you all for coming tonight. This turnout is more than I could have hoped, and I promise not to let you down. And as Josh said, no one will work harder than me in this race. There's a lot of similarities between this campaign and my first winning campaign for Freeholder, which was some 13 years ago now, and there's some noticeable differences. So let's talk about the differences first. I didn't have this many people at my first kickoff. All right. I probably could have fit all the people at my first kickoff at that table right there, and raised maybe a couple $100, which I spent every dime of. I didn't have nearly as many resources as I do now, or as much experience in running campaigns. I was just a new guy, doing my best, meeting as many people as possible. And finally, I didn't have the strong track record that I have now of cutting taxes and being a real conservative leader. And that's what I have now. 12 years as a commissioner. We're down 10%. Our budget spends 10% less than it did 12 years ago. We're cutting the tax rate by 5 cents this year. That's real money in people's pockets. And I owe a lot of that to Lori and Jim. They've been rocks behind me. So I know when I leave for Trenton, I'm leaving this county in good shape and better than I found it. And that matters. So that's a little bit of what's different from when I ran the first time. But what's the same? Well, like back then, I have some really strong issues that I'm running on and that matter to people. And we're going to talk a little bit about those issues. Like back then, I promise you I'm not going to be outworked. And I'm going to go door to door every day. We're already starting, and we're doing that every day. And then like back then, many people are saying to me, I don't think you could win because the numbers don't add up. Or you don't have enough insider support. Not enough politicians have gotten behind you. Well, I'll tell you this right now. They were wrong back then, and they're wrong now. Josh and I are going to win this race. And we're going to win because I know that a campaign runs on 3 things, and I call them the 3 M's. They're manpower, message, and money. And yeah, I left that one for last. But look at what we have here tonight. Look at our manpower. We have 100 people in this room, double what some of my opponents have had in their kickoffs, and combined with the support Josh had, which is double this, at his kickoff, we have 5 times the workers that are actively involved in our campaign and want to help. And if you all just dedicate one day to this campaign over the next 4 months and volunteer just for anything, we can reach every voter in this district multiple times. So please, do me a favor. There's sign-up sheets out front. There's sign-up sheets at the table. Just put your name, your email address, and a phone number, and just dedicate one day to the campaign, to go out and put out signs, or make some phone calls, or just, do whatever to help out, because that is going to make all the difference in this campaign. We're raising money. With the support you guys have shown today and your continued support, Josh and I will be able to get our message out to the voters so that they know we represent their values. And we are the best people to represent them in Trenton. So please, I know you've dug deep and I appreciate that, but if anyone could dig a little deeper, it's always very much appreciated. And there will be other opportunities as well, so thank you. And finally, as you heard tonight, we do have the message. The gas tax has not made our state better, and continuing and extending a broken program will not improve our roads. We went from the 9th worst roads in the country and the lowest gas tax to the 2nd worst roads in the country and one of the highest gas tax. That doesn't make sense. We cannot trust Trenton with our money. Ask anyone who knows what's going on with the Route 80 Rockville project. Tara, where are you? She's my Route 80 lady. She knows what's going on. The DOT, they'll just spend. They just want to get the money to spend. And this must be changed. You need to send people down there who are not spend happy, who understand we don't have a revenue problem in Trenton, we have a spending problem, all right? 54 billion is ridiculous. 10 billion in surplus. That's 20% of their budget they have stocked away in a surplus account. Warren County only keeps about 5%, and we have a very healthy budget. Or, I'm sorry, no, that's 20% in surplus. Warren County keeps 10%, and we have a very healthy surplus. So why does Trenton need that much of our money just to hold? They don't. We could give that back in taxes along with spending cuts. 19, 20 million more than we spent 2 years ago? That is ridiculous in two spending cycles. Unbelievable. You know, we're also talking about ESG. ESG, environmental and social governance, is damaging our democracy and will cripple our economy by picking favors based on arbitrary social expectations and not financial performance or success. That's not what a free market economy is. That's not what our country was built on, people. Our opponents want to hide their ESG connections, but we will not let them. We will continue to push back on this issue. Jim Kernan, Lori, and I will be considering a resolution on Wednesday to make sure that we do not base our financial decisions in Warren County on ESG scores. And finally, Josh and I will continue to fight for the positions that represent our strong family values. We will fight for stronger educational systems that prepare our children for the future and can compete in this country and with countries like China. And we do not support education that wastes our tax dollars and takes valuable class time away from our students. We will stand up for our Second Amendment rights and the security of our families, and we will stand up for life and the strengthening of our families and our communities. So all I ask is that you continue to stand with us and help us every step of the way, because it matters, and this election will matter. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you for all.